You're listening to The Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with Lyndia Grant.
Good evening, Radio 1 listeners. Thank you for tuning in to The Lyndia Grant Show. It is Black Friday, November the 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. I hope you all have enjoyed your Thanksgiving holiday. This week, we have our two guests. Dr. Julianne Malvo is going to talk to us first about the economy and politics. And then we're going to have the chair of the National Council of Negro Women, Dr. A. Lois Keith. She's going to be telling you about what's going on with the NCNW. Now let's go to Dr. Julianne. How are you today, Dr. J?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you. It's Thanksgiving, and I hope folks are not spending. Folks, please stay home. Latasha Brown, Black Voters Matter, and a bunch of others have asked that the theme is we ain't buying that.
Mm-hmm.
So from today, November 28th through December the 4th, keep yourself up out the stores, please.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a boycott. It's an opportunity for us to flex our economic muscles. It's an opportunity for us to deal with issues of economic discipline. It's an opportunity for us to just say, I ain't buying that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also say, next week, Tuesday, is so-called Giving Day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you give Black. Give Black. There are so many our organizations that need your contributions. This time of the year, your mailbox is full. Everybody wants your money. Your email is full. Everybody wants your money. What I would say to folks is, please, just give Black. Do not, we all appreciate the Red Cross and the, United Way, but just think about how we make a difference in our own community. The big foundations and corporations, they don't give to Black causes. We get less than 3% of the monies that go from the Ford Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, and those. And so if we don't support ourselves, who will? I have a challenge for people. Give to an HBCU. If you didn't go to one, give to one anyway. Dr. Maya had a list. She was going down a list. She said she wanted to make sure every HBCU got a little something from her. And of course, she was a trustee of Bennett College, so I was always grateful to get her contribution. But even more than that, if just pick an HBCU, because that's where we have to go. We need to support ourselves. So I had to say that at the beginning, Lyndia, because a lot of people are going to be running to the stores.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be, standing in line. Over 100 people have died on Black Friday over the course of about 12 years. People running over people, fighting to get, they'll have a $200 TV, but they only have 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's going in to get that TV. So folks, be careful with your money and let your money reflect your values.
Yeah.
Now, the economics is always what it is. That man, he pardoned the two turkeys. They were called Gobble and Wobble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gobble and Waddle.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at them and thinking that he was bigger than the turkeys. And I was wondering, I just had my vivid imagination of trussing him up and putting him in the oven, along with the turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a horrible thought, but it just came to me, and I thought I would share it, Lyndia. For whatever reason, he's saying that this is the best economy ever. He said that this week. This is the best economy ever. He's the only one who thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
Consumer confidence is lower than it's been in almost 50 years.
Yeah.
People are going to the store and saying things are more expensive. Now, some things are cheaper, and, always with the economy, there's a yin and yang. But the fact is that prices are up. Gasoline prices are inching up now. Other prices are up. People are, this is going to be a big travel holiday. People want to be with their families. In some levels, it's a very bleak time. But, I'm just laughing. The best economy ever, with unemployment rising, with people being laid off, all of that? No, this is not the best economy ever. But this is the kind of rhetoric, I guess he thinks if he says it long enough, people will believe him. Not really.
And some of them do.
Some of them do. And someone will argue you down. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this has been, for people, this has not been a great week. under the big beautiful bill or big ugly bill or whatever the bill is, one of the things that's happened, I know you can relate, nursing degrees are no longer considered
Oh,
professional degrees.
I couldn't believe it.
The challenge that 13% of nurses are Black women. It was
Hmm.
one of the best jobs we could have as Black women.
Yes.
And teachers, nurses, and social workers were the non-traditional jobs for Black women. Well, what does calling it non-professional? We know it's a profession, but what does that mean? It means that the loans that people who are getting nursing degrees, the amount of loans is down. So anybody who's getting a professional degree, law, dental, medical, they can borrow up to $50,000 a year. But nurses can only borrow 20,500 a year because it's not considered a profession.
Mm.
Meanwhile, we know what's happening in the medical fields. We know that there are so many people, there's shortages of nurses right now, of doctors too. But why treat nurses differently? Understand this is a traditionally female profession, although there are men who are nurses. We know that Black women are over represented there. And so this is an attack yet again on Black women, which is what we've come to expect from this administration. It's unacceptable, but it is indeed what this administration does. What can you do about it? In the short run, not very much, but reach out to your legislators and especially to Robin Kelly of Illinois, but to your legislators and say, wait a minute, this is not right. Because women who are nurses, they hold up the medical profession. Doctors can't do their jobs without nurses.
Hmm.
So we need to be clear about that. Ukraine is in the news. Why? There was a 28-point peace plan that some people felt that Russia had actually drafted. 28 points. Um, Zelensky is learning. He is learning. And he pushed back, but he pushed back nicely. And what the man who lives in the house that enslaved people built, had essentially said if it wasn't done by Thanksgiving, Zelensky and the Ukrainians could fight their little hearts out. That's such a condescending statement. However, what we know has happened is that now they've extended it. This man is like a yo-yo. You know, first this is firm, then it's not firm, it's firm, it's not firm. That's where we are. He is going after Senator Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly, astronaut, served in the service in the military, was one of six elected officials who had a commercial out that said service members should not obey illegal orders. Well, that's not new information. There's a whole history on that. However, those who said that are being told they're going to be investigated. Kelly, they're saying that he may be put back into the service. He's on, I think he is a reservist. And they said they may make him go back into the service, and they may also investigate him and perhaps court martial him. He's not backing up. He said, whatever. He has given enough money, time, energy to this country. And his wife, remember, is the Arizona Congresswoman, Gabby
Different.
Giffords, who was shot.
Hmm.
How dare they go after this man? But he's not tripping. He is not tripping. He is like, okay, fine. But this is how vindictive this man is. Speaking of vindictive, and he's being rebuffed all over the place. The charges against James Comey and our sister Tish James, those charges are being dismissed.
Hmm.
Why? Because the woman Lindsay Halligan that Pam Bondi appointed to be the special prosecutor, she was illegally appointed. And so because she was illegally appointed, they're saying it was not valid. Bondi has said, well, we'll go back after them again. We can go after them again, and we can go back after them again. Well, meanwhile, we're seeing this illegality that comes from this president, and we know about it. We're like, excuse me? Meanwhile, this man, he talked a whole lot of crap last week about Zohan Mamdani. He was a communist. But they had a very cordial meeting last week at the White House. A very cordial meeting, and new best friends actually. The Rap is that they both love New York, and so because they both love New York, they have something in common. But the fact is that whipping around terms like communists, etc., saying you're going to take money away from New York, that dog ain't gonna hunt, as they put it. That dog ain't gonna hunt, and because that dog ain't gonna hunt, Brother Man is getting his comeuppance. Mr. Trump is getting his comeuppance, and that's just that. Now, local news. Muriel Bowser says she will not seek a fourth term. I've had major differences with Mayor Bowser around issues of gentrification. I live in a gentrified area, and my quality of life has both gone up and gone down. Gone up, more stores; gone down, more gentrifying, colonizing, melanin deficient people. But, she has been a steady hand, and she's been very, very savvy. So while I've publicly fought with her, many of us will be sorry to see her go.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Mayor Bowser, thumbs up, right on. She wasn't perfect, but then who is? And she had good stewardship for the district. So as it says in the Bible, you've done your work, good and faithful servant. Lyndia, I know that we said we were going to have a little less time today than usual, so let me know if I have another minute or if it's time for me to wrap up.
I think it is, because I didn't write it down after you said you had a timer. I was just depending on your timer.
Well, yeah, and I'll throw in another 30 seconds. Good riddance to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She said she ain't running, she's not running again. But guess what? She is a disloyal, trifling woman. Mm-hmm. She was elected for 2 years. Serve out your 2 years. Or if you leave now. Don't leave, wait till you get your pension. Mm-hmm. We just have to look at her askance and say, this woman was never worth 2 dead flies, and I'm not even sure she's worth 1. Mm-hmm. That's it for me today. I'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Julian.
Thank you.
Right. We're going to our commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
If it wasn't for my care coach at AmeriHealth, I probably wouldn't be so healthy right now. As a man, we don't get checkups or see a doctor regularly anyways. It's probably just a man thing because none of my partners go either. We know we should, but we just don't, and hope it works out.
So what changed for you?
AmeriHealth assigned me a care coach, somebody that gives one-on-one help, answer questions, explain things, and help set my appointments. She also helped me understand what having high blood pressure really means and ways to manage it so it doesn't kill me. It ain't nothing to play with. If you're a member of AmeriHealth, ask for a care coach. I'm glad I got mine.
At AmeriHealth, if you need a care coach, you can have one. Just call us at 1-877-759-6224 to get connected. 1-877-759-6224. This program is funded in part by the government of the District of Columbia Department of Healthcare Finance. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Washington and former religion columnist Lyndia Grant.
Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a segregated Montgomery bus. In lectures on brotherhood, Ms. Parks often said, "People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired." But that wasn't true. I was not tired physically. I was not old. I was 42. No, the only tired I was tired of giving in. Driven out of Montgomery by harassment and death threats, Detroit, Michigan became her new home. Rosa Parks will always be remembered as the mother of the civil rights movement. Raised in the AME church, she once said, "I remember finding such comfort and peace while reading the Bible."
Read more in the religion column of the Washington Informer, an award-winning African-American newspaper. We don't report crime or gossip, just positive news. Pick up the Washington Informer or visit us online at washingtoninformer.com. Call 202-561-4100 for more information.
This is Frank Smith with the African American Civil War Museum in Washington, D.C., located at 1925 Vermont Avenue Northwest on the Green Line. Did you know that a recent study found that children who visit museums do better in school and in life than children who do not? So parents, teachers, and preachers, let's get moving. I promise you, if you bring your children to the African American Civil War Museum, they will be inspired by the images that they see. They will be impressed by our living history reenactors who are always available, and they will be involved in our scavenger hunt that takes them throughout our exhibit. That's the African American Civil War Museum, 1925 Vermont Avenue. Our hours are 10 to 6:30 on weekdays, 12 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays. See it, be inspired.
And We are back. You're listening to the Lyndia Grant Show here on Spirit 1340 WYCB Radio 1 Washington. We have been on the air for 16 years, and I want you to know this is the second time I have had my guest from the National Council of Negro Women, Dr. A. Lois Keith, who serves as the national chair for the National Council of Negro Women. She is a Legacy Life member, and she is a Bethune Achiever. And I am just so thrilled to have her. She was elected at the 60th NCNW conference that was held right there in Washington, D.C. And it was on in December of 2022, I believe. So I am so happy to have her back. Let's talk to you. I want to say hi to you, Dr. Silver. Dr. Keith, how are you today?
Well, I am doing fine. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on your program. And as you stated earlier, I was here maybe a year or so ago, and I'm just honored to be asked to come back.
Yes, you had just either was going to be leaving Georgia. I remember you from Georgia. I can't remember.
Yes, I am. Atlanta.
All right, Atlanta, Georgia. I started to say that, but I couldn't remember. And I remember your section was very excited about you becoming the chair. And you've been traveling so much, and I've been talking to you sometime when you all over the country. In fact, going home to your to Birmingham for your birthday, we were talking on while you were driving.
Yes, as a matter of fact, to Oxford, Alabama, and to Talladega County, Alabama. Yes, it's about 61 miles east of Birmingham. But yeah, I went home for my birthday, and I thought, let me go back to my roots.
I heard that. Okay, so Dr. Keith, talk to us about the status of NCNW. Tell us what's going on over there right now, this time of the year.
Well, you know what? We are all geared up. We are just so excited. So much is happening with the National Council of Negro Women. I don't even know where to really start. We are just so full of excitement. I just found out that right now, as of November the 19th, we have now 404 chartered sections of NCNW. And that number probably has increased because we brought in about, maybe 6 new sections at our last board meeting, which was on the 20th, which was just last Thursday. So, but as of November the 19th, we had, in addition to all of that, 110 collegiate sections and 46 youth sections, 13 guilds, and I am so proud to say we have 38 affiliate organizations. And every time we have a board meeting, we are so privileged and so honored to be able to bring new affiliates, new life gears, new sections into the fold of NCNW. So NCNW is alive and well.
And I'm thrilled to have been a member of one of your affiliates, Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated. Our president is the Dr. Cartessa Bell, our CEO and national president. And I am so thrilled to also be the president of our foundation. So we work together very closely.
You do. As a matter of fact, your organization has been a long time supporter of NCNW, a long time affiliate. And I can go back through several of your national presidents that have served NCNW so well.
And I remember Dr. Willie B. Kennedy did a lot. She wasn't a national president, and so Patricia A. Daniels, both of them were on your board.
Especially Patricia Ann Daniels from California.
She and I used to live near each other. She's my buddy.
How about that?
Yeah, we've been knowing each other for over 40 years.
Okay. But yes, NCNW, and I was talking about the collegiates. We had just in the last 3 months, 1,126 new collegiates that have joined
Wow, that is so
NCNW.
good. Yes.
And when I tell you, we are having to even go back and do some revisiting because the collegiates are really busting at the seam. Anytime I get a call from a university that says we have 200 young ladies that want to join NCNW, what can we do?
You got to get it
Sometimes,
done. You got to get it
and
done.
and sometimes the college themselves have a cap on how many young ladies that we can bring into any organization. So we have to kind of follow the rules of the college. After all, we are kind of guests on their campus.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's not uncommon. Another school, I understand they had about 300 young girls that want to join NCNW. And several months ago, it was another college that had over 400 young girls that
Oh
wanted
my
to join
gosh, that
NCNW.
is such a blessing.
It
This is
is
good.
a
I mean,
blessing.
you're
Let me tell
already
you.
the largest women organization in the world, and it's
Well,
just
let me
getting bigger
just say,
by the day.
may I say, it is a good problem to have. We are just so excited. So obviously, we are doing something right. I tell
Yes.
you, this purple power has really caught on with
Uh-huh.
our new chair. I'm sorry, President and CEO, Reverend Dr. Siobhan Arline Bradley, and me
I
as the
gotta
chair.
have her on too. I have not
You
invited
have
her
to
yet,
do
but you
that.
send me her
You know,
contact.
yeah, she's an outstanding young lady and has done so much to help undergird NCNW and help
Mm-hmm.
bring NCNW to the light where we are now. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited about that. So yes, our numbers with NCNW is just growing. And with the 38 affiliate, that gives us an outreach. We used to say about 2 million, but at our board meeting, I heard that we are right at 3 million
I believe you.
women and
Mm-hmm.
young women and older women and men
Mm-hmm.
that are part of the outreach that we have. So I'm just excited about it with the Charles Franklin Men Group, and all of the youth groups,
Well,
the
it
life field. We are just excited.
sounds like you're getting ready to answer my next question. Tell us
And
about
what
your
is the
new
next question?
programs.
Well, let me tell you, before I go into the new programs, I want to make certain that I remind people of the older programs that we have,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the core four that we are dealing with, of course, social justice, economic empowerment, and all of those that have been around a while, education and wellness and what have you. And of course, our BHRP, which is our Bethune Height Recognition
Mm-hmm.
Program,
Mm-hmm.
that where we across the country we recognize women that have made a difference, and of course, we encourage women to become life members or legative life members or contributors to NCNW, and this is a way that we fund NCNW.
Yes,
It undergirds.
FUND. Yes, that's how we
Yeah.
do in Gamma Phi Delta. Sell those memberships. Yes.
Absolutely. So that's very, very, very important. And in addition to that, we have had the President's Circle,
Mm-hmm.
where we encourage women that want to contribute more than just being a member.
Mm-hmm.
And we encourage women to join the President's Circle at a cost of $1,000 per year. And you would be surprised the number of women
Wow.
across the country that are becoming a part of the
Of the
President's
President's
Circle.
Circle. All right. That sounds
Yes,
exciting.
yes, it is. It's a very impressive group of women that want to do more. We decided that we wanted to do more. We wanted to contribute more to NCNW. This is our organization, and
Mm-hmm.
we certainly don't want to sit back and depend on corporate sponsorship. However, we welcome.
You have
That's
to
how
have some, but it's what
we
I'm
have.
going for what is the quote? If it is to be, it's up to me. So that's what
It's
you all are doing.
So we welcome corporate sponsorship. We welcome that. That has gotten us to where we are now. But then we realize that in the climate and in the time that we are living, we have to be responsible for our own, in so many ways, for our own upkeep, especially when it comes to national and with the 37 plus employees that we have at the headquarters. So yes, we have to be responsible for our own. So the President Circle has really helped with that through and of course, our life membership and our legacy life membership. And then, of course, some of the new programs that we have, one that I'm just really, really, really excited about is the Bethune Height Change Maker Pathway, and we call it BHCP. And this is where we bring in young, energetic college students, women, young girls that want to make a difference. And they come into this program and they are groomed in success, how they can become productive members of NCNW as well as productive citizens in this country. And they have extraordinary, if I may say, mentors that actually mentor these young girls. We are now accepting applications. And if you know of someone that might be interested in joining our Bethune Height Change Maker Pathway, please go online and I'm sure there are applications there. And of course, you can fill out applications, and this is a very, very, very rewarding experience.
Do you happen to know the age, or would we have to look that up?
Well, this is for collegiates.
Oh, collegiate. Okay.
This is for college students. This is for college students.
All right.
All right. And then, of course, you can go online and get, because I know we don't have just a few minutes, but you can go online and look at the Project Rise, RISE. And that's one of our core 4 projects that we have. So go and look at that, financial literacy, all of those kinds of things that we are working to make certain that our young people are up to par with that. So those are just a couple of the projects and the things that we are dealing with NCNW, but there are more out there on our webpage, ncnw.org, that you can go to and see exactly what NCNW is doing.
But then now for our last question, while we got a couple minutes.
Okay.
Tell us about your upcoming events. I know there's something usually in December.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let me just say, who would have thought, or would Mary McLeod Bethune or Dr. Dorothy Irene Height, maybe Dr. Dorothy Irene Height, but Mary McLeod Bethune, would she believe that the organization that she founded in 1935 will be celebrating its 90th anniversary as the oldest Black female civil rights organization? And of course, this celebration is going to take place in Washington, D.C. It's going to be a gala, and the gala will take place on the birthday of the anniversary, which is that Saturday, which is December the 6th. And of course, leading up to that, we will have our Good Health Wins initiative. They will be having their conference going on. And then, of course, the national affiliates will be in Washington, D.C. The heads of these 38 national affiliate organizations will be present, or a designee will be present in Washington, D.C. It is absolutely amazing. And of course, this is chaired by our very own Dr. Thelma T. Daly and Miss Vice Chair of the board, Miss T. Solomon out of Tampa, Florida. So if you have not purchased your ticket for the Uncommon Heights Gala, it is not too late to go online, purchase that ticket. We have amazing young women older women and men that will be recognized and honored for their contribution to this world. So you don't want to miss that. Again, that date is December the 6th.
All right. Well, that does it for this time. We used up our 12-minute interview, and I am so glad you got everything in.
Well, thank you so very much. Thank you so much. But make certain you go to our webpage, those of you that are listening, and see what's happening with NCNW. And make certain, if you are not a member, to go ahead and join NCNW.
All right. You heard it from Dr. Lois Keith. She is the national chair for the National Council of Negro Women. And I am so pleased and thrilled. After having worked directly with Dr. Dorothy Height 40-some years ago, she was my friend. She called all over the place looking for me all the time. I don't have no reason to tell you all nothing but the truth. So I love NCNW. And that concludes our show for this week. Thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. That concludes the Lyndia Grant Show for this week. Good day.
Thank you for listening to the Lyndia Grant Show. Think on these things with your host, Lyndia Grant.